Alright, so just recently Sirfetch'd actually was pushed in the, like, it got data mined, and here we go. If you like the giant schlong sword duck thingy that evolves from Galarian pissed off Farfetch'd, I'd say that. Well, guess what? It's actually out now, and it actually has a special requirement. It's really interesting because you have to not only have, I suppose, a canny, but you also need to make 10 excellent throws. And so, I mean, this isn't very difficult. I just find a bunch of Whalmer, throw it in the middle, and poof, you got it. But it's out now, and pretty soon you are going to be able to evolve your Galarian Farfetch'd that you caught during that one event, which I totally forgot about already, and make it into a Sirfetch'd as long as you can make 10 excellent throws. So if you suck at throwing your balls, guess what? You should probably catch him now, because you know why? He's got a really big schlong, if you know what I mean. Alright, so here's Go HUB Sirfetch'd. As you see, it has the mightiest sword in the land, and that's a pretty... It's a really cool Pokemon. It has a sword, it has a shield, and it's... I don't know, that's a really, like, conniving smile, like this thing's about to poke this thing up your butt. But anyways, Sirfetch'd is a pure fighting type. Interesting enough, because Farfetch'd is a normal flying type, and then you get the Galarian version, which just wants to fight everything. And now you have this pure fighting duck thingy that's, yeah, it's just really interesting. Because, like, from Farfetch'd to Sirfetch'd, okay, I'm just gonna stop because, like, we're here for the technical analysis for PvP, not because of my opinions on why the hell this guy's schlong is really, really long and why is it only a pure fighting type instead of fighting and flying, which would have been actually really interesting. However, because it's only a pure fighting type, that means it actually limits its weaknesses. It does have a lot more, it actually makes it better, the fact that it's, like, only a pure fighting type. Because fighting, as you see here, only has few weaknesses. You're only weak to Psychic, which are like Confusion users. Flying, which are those Air Slash. Aerial Ace is still a bad move. It still won't KO you in one shot. Don't worry about it. And those Charmers, of course. Everybody hates Charmers. You already know Togekiss. Well, guess what? Togekiss can go die in a fire because Togekiss actually wrecks Sirfetch'd's world. So Sirfetch'd's stats are really interesting because it's a glass cannon from hell. No, literally. It has extremely high attack. Semi-defense, it actually has decent defense and stamina, so it's not like a super glass cannon, but it has like decent stats, and it maxed out at 2985. So Sirfetch'd actually is really good for PvP. But it has like specific uses. It does feature counter. Because it has counter, it's it's incredibly powerful, and we'll go over the moveset after this. As far as resistances go, you don't, depending on which league you're at, you don't see a lot, like, depending on which league you're at, Rock, Dark, and Bug aren't super popular. Probably for, I'd say, like, Ultra League, you'll probably see, like, Mega Horn and then you'll see Mega Horn, you'll see, let's see, what's a Dark type that you, see what I mean by I'm kind of having a hard time figuring out, like, what's a Dark type or a Bug type, Rock type for Ultra League. Probably Alolan Muck as a Dark type. As a Rock type, you have those Crustals, but it does have some resistances, but like I said, it's kind of like a 50-50. If you want my opinion for Go Battle League, you'll see a lot more of Sirfetch'd's weaknesses than its resistances. So, but like I said, it also depends which league you're looking at, which we will look at later. For now, this is just like an overview. As you see, you do evolve from Galarian Farfetch'd. Galarian Farfetch'd has a big schlong compared to Farfetch'd right here. How the hell do you carry that thing? This dude's like, if you guys play Final Fantasy, it's like Sephiroth. He has a giant sword and he can hold it in one hand for some odd reason, and it's huge. Anyways, past that point, like I said, Sirfetch'd has counter. That's what makes it really good. Counter is arguably it's like the best fast move in the game. It's so powerful that even if you don't have a fighting type, literally things like Vigoroth and Deoxys defense, Excavalier, etc. really rock the meta just because counter is such a strong move. Now you got options here. You got counter, you got Fury Cutter. You also have close combat, Brave Bird, Leaf Blade, and Night Slash. It has a very interesting move pool. It takes 5 counters to get to a Night Slash. Close Combat just hits like a truck. Brave Bird does as well. And you even have Leaf Blade to cover Mud Boys, which is really, like I said, it's really interesting. Sirfetch'd, in my opinion, because of its movesets, its versatility, even though the fact that it's a glass cannon and its weaknesses, it's still going to be really good for Go Battle League. Now, I hope you went hard for that Galarian Farfetch'd event, and you got a really good Galarian Farfetch'd for Great League and Ultra League, because if you look at it right here, it does max out at around 29 and level 30, so that means you could get a really good one for Ultra League. I don't know if we're going to recommend our Giant Sword, I don't even know, is that like onions? I have no idea. Giant Sword onion thingy for our Giant Sword League. Yeah, Giant Sword cutoff league thingy for Ultra for like Master League, but you know what, we'll look at that later. Like I said, really good stats, and like I said, really interesting because it has counter and such a great moveset. Great movesets, but it's a glass cannon, but it's also hard to get, and you can't see it unless you don't really likely have one unless you, like I said, you had that event. I forgot it was like earlier this year that you could catch Galarian Farfetch'd with spawning in the wild or like hatches. So availability is also an issue. Also, second moving it does cost 50,000 dust. And like I said, it's kind of hard to get. So overall, Sirfetch'd is actually really good for Go Battle League in multiple reasons. Like I said, it's very powerful, does have that counter ability. And I'll be going on a deeper analysis once it's available on PvPoke, or we could do like a deeper analysis on Sirfetch'd. But for now, what I'm going to do, rather than do a deep dive, we're just going to go over the multi-battle right here and just a little overview and then a little summary on Sirfetch'd. So in the 2 shield, so in the 1 shield, let's just do the 1 shield because the 1 shield's more simpler. In the 1 shield, Sirfetch'd actually, in Great League, actually wins 72% of matches in the 1 shield. Remember I was talking about how counter is really good, and you die to Togekiss a lot. Guess what? Togekiss is right there. You die to Togekiss, Gardevoir wrecks your soul. So all the Charmers, bring all the Charmers to the yard because Sirfetch'd doesn't like them. Just like take it, just don't do it. Now you do very well against, like, you do have a huge, like, for example, you wreck Shiftry's life. You really do. Shiftry users, because I like using Shiftry. So in the 1 shield, Shiftry just absolutely gets annihilated by Sirfetch'd's preferred moveset, which is Close Combat and Leaf Blade. As you see here, it's extremely powerful, able to tackle on a lot of the meta, and 72% wins in the 1s is really, really good. Like, really freaking good. Don't even get me started. If we had Shadow Sirfetch'd, do you know how high its attack would be? I'm just saying. If you did that, and you did this, look how fast you would end, you would end Shiftry's life. Like, it would be so powerful if it got a Shadow version. But let's not go there, okay? Anyways, Sirfetch'd in the 1s, like I said, for Great League, it's still actually really good. It's kind of dangerous to use in Great League because there are so many things that check fighting types, but if you do get Sirfetch'd, if you manage to avoid Sirfetch'd weaknesses, it's actually, like I said, in the 1 shield, 70%, that's really good. Now, it might have more use in Ultra League and Ultra Premier. As you see in Ultra League, if you run Sirfetch'd, 73% in the 1. That's really, really good. Sirfetch'd, I think, would serve better in Ultra League just because it maxes out near 20. It maxes out near 20, like 29.85, that's not super high, and there's a lot of things it can check. For example, Close Combat will KO a lot of things. You can even use it for regular Ultra League. Those Obstagoons will get yeeted in one shot by Close Combat. Empoleon doesn't like it. Your Magnezones will absolutely get punched to death. It will leave a massive dent. Massive. And these Leaf Blades take on those Mud Boys. So with Leaf Blade, Leaf Blade's quick. It tackles on like Mud Boy, like I said, Mud Boys, etc. And it's just very interesting because there's no Mon. It's basically if Galade had a baby, it would be like Sirfetch'd because it's a Galade with count. It's basically a Galade with it's basically a Gallade with counter, which is a Gallade with counter minus the psychic type. So it had, like I said, has fewer weaknesses, but it's very powerful. Now you don't want to. Now in Premier Cup, if you put it in Premier, so we do it for Premier in the 1s, as you see here, 76% of matchups. Like I said, best for probably Ultra League, not Master League. In Master League, Sirfetch'd just absolutely gets, well, It's actually not that bad for Master League. What does it beat in Master League? Bisharp, Galarian, Stunfisk, of course. What's your worst matchup? Togekiss, of course. You know, we all love Togekiss. Togekiss is the greatest instant slice. Wait, no, that's Master. So, well, Master's Premier, as you see, not bad. How about in the all-seeing eye? Ooh, 71%. Ooh, that's actually really interesting. So Sirfetch'd is not bad for Master League either. In summary, Sirfetch'd is it's really good. Like, it's very versatile, and like I said, just because the sheer fact it has counter means it's incredible. It's very powerful, and it does a lot of damage. So I would definitely recommend you use it, or if you have one, that's really good. I'll get more in depth for like Sirfetch'd in each league, like once it comes out. But remember, you do need that extra like evolution requirement, so you need to be able to make 10 excellent throws. That's not too difficult depending on which mon you throw at. Remember, you got those bananas, so you could Savage Season it, stop it from moving, throw the excellent throw. Remember, you got to make 10 of those. And then, like I said, I would say I'd give it, as you see, the rating's about like an 8 out of 10. It's usable because, like as you see here, it's just really good. It has a lot of potential, and I can't wait to see it, like, do a deeper dive on it. But as of right now, Sirfetch'd looks like it's worth, and I can't wait to actually see it out the meta and see, like, all the craziness and all the things you can do. Because Sirfetch'd looks like it's going... That sword is really long, and it's going to really stab its way, or really pierce its way through the competition, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. I thank you for dealing with all of my Sirfetch'd puns, but it's literally the mon from Sword and Shield, and it's really good foreseeable future for Go Battle League.